I work in a mid-sized marketing firm. I'm lowish on the ladder, not an intern, but definitely not a corner office guy. Around the holidays, the company throws this super fancy Christmas party at the CEO's house. Is very into family culture, so we all show up with spouses, kids, dogs, emotional baggage, etc. Now, I don't have kids. I barely have matching socks most days, but I love Christmas and I'm decent with kids, so when my boss asked me to help watch over the kid area while the adults got wine drunk on Spiced Cabernet, I was like, sure, free cookies and no small talk about quarterly reports. Count me in. I'm helping a group of kids decorate sugar cookies when this little boy, maybe 6 or 7, looks up at me and goes, "Do you think Santa's really real?" I didn't even think. Not for a second. I said, "Nah, but it's fun to pretend, right?" Just like that. Friendly tone, dumb grin, sprinkle-covered fingers. This kid's face drops like I told him his goldfish died again. Full-on trembling lip. I immediately realize I have made a terrible, career-altering mistake. Guess who the kid was? Mike's son. Of course. 10 minutes later, I'm summoned, not by HR, not by my manager, by Mike himself. I'm picturing my career in flames, me jobless in January selling feet pics to pay rent, but instead he sits me down, deadpan serious, and says, "You told my son the truth." Nobody in this company tells the truth. They all smile and nod and fake believe in Santa. You just blurt it out. You don't overthink. I like that. I'm sitting there stunned. He continues, "I need someone like that on the innovation team. We're pitching bold ideas this year." Nobis. Long story short, I got promoted literally because I ruined a kid's Christmas. Mike later told me his son was already suspicious, and I just accelerated the timeline. Now I'm on a team I never thought I'd be on, because I killed Santa. Every time I walk into a meeting, my coworkers whisper St. Nick Slayer under their breath. Anyway, that's the story of how I accidentally Grinched my way up the corporate ladder. Life's weird. I didn't mean to crush the dreams of a 7-year-old. It just slipped out. One minute we were making gingerbread houses at the office holiday party, and the next little Max, my boss's precocious son, asked if I thought Santa would like oat milk instead of regular milk. I, distracted by my collapsing candy chimney, muttered, "Santa's not real, buddy. He'll be fine." You ever watch a kid's face go from pure joy to shattered belief in real time? It's like watching someone unplug a Christmas tree. I looked up, realized what I'd said, and immediately panicked. Max blinked at me, his jaw dropped, then tears, huge ones. I turned to see Mr. Delaney, my boss, the senior VP of marketing, standing 3 feet behind me holding a plate of shrimp cocktail and a look that said, "Yuri fired, but let's finish the party first." The aftermath. The next day at work, I half expected security to escort me out, but Delaney didn't mention it, at least not until he called me into his office later that week. "You really messed up, Clark." I nodded, prepared to pack my things, but then Max asked me if Santa's fake, who's been getting me all the stuff, so I told him the truth. And you know what? We had a real conversation. About effort, about generosity, about taxes. I blinked. He told me he wants to be the Santa of business, whatever that means. Honestly, he started asking about startups and your name came up. My name. I croaked. "Yeah." Max said, "You told the truth, even if it was accidental and emotionally devastating. That kind of honesty's rare." He handed me a file. "A new campaign, a big one. I want you leading this Santa's Sleigh 2.0. We're rebranding our holiday outreach. Max is now junior innovation consultant. Don't let him near product names, but otherwise run with it, the campaign." And that's how I got promoted, because I shattered childhood wonder and somehow turned it into a 12-week campaign that went viral. We leaned into the theme, holiday magic is real. We just make it ourselves. Workshops for kids on gift making, charity drives. Max even starred in a short video. I found out Santa isn't real, but I found something better: grown-ups who care. We got national coverage. The company's Q4 engagement skyrocketed. I got a bonus and a handmade one Santa Slayer mug from Max. I thought things would calm down after the campaign ended. I figured I'd slip back into anonymity, hide behind emails and coffee mugs again, but Max had other plans. One Tuesday morning, I got a calendar invite titled Project Kringlestorm Confidential from Max Delaney. I opened it. It was a Zoom link. I clicked and there he was, wearing a blazer over a Minecraft hoodie, seated in a leather swivel chair far too big for his frame. Beside him a whiteboard, a dry erase marker, and what appeared to be a rough sketch of a rocket-powered sleigh. "Clark," Max said, "seriously, I've decided to forgive you." "Oh." I said, "Thanks, but only if you help me launch the North Pole 2.0. Project Kringlestorm." Turns out Max had turned the trauma of learning Santa wasn't real into a full-blown entrepreneurial awakening. He wanted to build an augmented reality Christmas experience, complete with personalized gift simulations, Santa surveillance drones, a live-tracking Naughty Nice index, a branded NFT line called Elfcoin. To my horror, Max had pitched this to his dad already, and Delaney loved it. "We're thinking next-gen holiday marketing," Delaney told me later. "Think Disney, but with the emotional manipulation of Christmas nostalgia." And just like that, I was roped into Project Kringlestorm, a cross-departmental holiday task force made up of Max, myself, a reluctant designer named Becca, And 3 interns who thought this was part of their brand-building semester. Things got weird fast at one point. We were testing Santa FaceTime with a deepfake AI. Max gave Santa abs and a catchphrase, "Stay merry." Bro, that video made it to TikTok. It got 2.4 million views before we could pull it down. Our budget ballooned. Legal got involved. HR asked if elf coin constituted child labor. I began waking up in cold sweats, muttering, "He sees you when you're sleeping," for data insights. But the craziest part, it worked. The Kringlestorm beta drew in thousands of families. Kids loved customizing their own virtual sleighs. Parents loved the reminder to buy from our holiday partners. Max got interviewed by Fast Company. He wore a cape and me. Delaney promoted me again. Max, our pint-sized innovation char, had decided we needed to add a real-world gamification element to Project Kringlestorm, a line of smart holiday cookies embedded with NFC chips that would talk to your phone and unlock exclusive Santa content. He called it Snack to Play. We launched it in beta with a sponsored bakery pop-up in Soho. It was supposed to be a limited cute thing. But Max, being Max, made an announcement on livestream: when you collect all 12 cookies, Santa gives you the executive sleigh access code. Only one person will get it ever. Within 48 hours, parents were scalping cookies on eBay for $300 each. Enter the elves. Well, not real elves, obviously, but the branding team, who had been calling themselves the elves since the beginning of Kringlestorm, staged a walkout. Their demands: overtime pay for Yule Crunch weeks, creative control over Santa's wardrobe, immediate halt to Snack to Play, citing ethical concerns. The weirdest part, they picketed in costume. Dozens of disgruntled creatives dressed like elves holding signs that read down with faux claws, "No justice, no jingle." ELF rights are human rights. Delaney wanted to fire them all. Max wanted to negotiate personally. The negotiation: I walked into the conference room to find Max standing on a chair giving a TED talk about labor dignity in North Pole simulations to a room full of furious marketers wearing bells on their shoes. To my shock, they listened. Max offered them stock options, an elf coin, a rotating creative director role called the head elf, and a weekly mental health day called Silent Night Friday. They accepted. Project Kringlestorm survived barely. Then came the mall incident. Max wanted to beta test a Santaverse pod, an immersive mall kiosk where kids could design gifts, talk to holographic elves, and receive personalized nice reports. But one of the test units glitched and printed, "You have been very naughty, Ethan. Santa is disappointed in your lack of ambition." The kid was 5. His mom, a lifestyle influencer with 4 million followers. We trended under the hashtag Santa cancelled the pivot. We pivoted hard, leaned into the scandal. Max's idea, a campaign called Santa's Just Like Us. The message: even Santa makes mistakes, but we keep improving. We showed bloopers, humanized the elves. Max released a tearful apology video from inside a snow globe, and it worked again. My new title, VP of Mythos Management and Containment. Yeah, I have a team now. I lead all holiday-related IP crisis responses and manage Max's vision overflow. I am now officially the CEO, Chief Executive of Holiday Operations. My parents cried. Max gave me a red velvet cape and a peppermint-scented pen. Delaney sent a card that read, "I'm free. Good luck, idiot." The reindeer problem: I thought things would settle, then came the letter delivered by drone. Gold envelope, wax seal in the shape of antlers, a formal declaration from the North American Reindeer Representation Committee. Apparently our Santa's Sleigh 2.0 brand usage had offended actual working reindeer across multiple winter-themed entertainment unions. They demanded royalty payments on all sleigh imagery, veterinary healthcare coverage, and a cease and desist on the phrase "harnessing holiday magic." One of them, Blitzen, allegedly called us a blight upon winter. Max wanted to countersue for defamation. I convinced him to send a fruit basket and rework the campaign using hoversleighs. Meanwhile, at the North Pole, things at HQ were tense. Max had built a holiday war room where he tracked competing holiday brands. There were boards labeled Pumpkin Spice, Axis, Cupid, Disruption, and Leprechaun threats. He started wearing military epaulets over his sweater vests. I called an emergency meeting. "Max," I said, "we're not at war, we're at Christmas. Christmas is war." He whispered, "The Hello Thanks Mars test." Despite my protests, Hello Thanks Mars launched in a soft rollout in select Midwest cities. The flagship commercial starred a talking turkey wearing vampire teeth, carving a ham while Santa breakdanced in the background. The tagline, "Why choose have it all?" It was chaos. Children cried. Adults rioted in Target aisles. A Michigan woman reportedly threw a pumpkin pie at a holographic elf, but the data engagement up 342%. Ad recall off the charts. Elf coin trading again. God help me, the madness worked. The boardroom coup, that's when it happened. An emergency board meeting. Someone leaked a document, Clark's 12-step plan to de-holiday Max. It was fake, but convincing. Max stormed in dressed like Santa from Mad Max, wielding a tinsel-covered Nerf sword. "You're trying to mutiny Christmas." Clark, "I just want sleep." Max, we argued in front of the board for 57 minutes, then he took a breath. Looked at me, let's co-CEO present day, we're now running the company together, logistics operations, damage control, vision, chaos, holiday soul. We just opened negotiations with the Tooth Fairy to join the brand universe. There's talk of a holiday cinematic multiverse. Cupid wants his own spin-off. Blitzen's agent sent us a fruit basket. The moral: there isn't one. If you accidentally ruin a child's belief in Santa, be ready to build a global brand empire with him 5 years later. Also, keep an eye on your reindeer. They unionize fast. Max stormed into my office, wearing a kimono made of wrapping paper and holding what I swear was a snow globe containing tiny lawyer's clock. He said breathlessly, "We need to talk about time ownership, Max. It's 8:14 am exactly, and we're not monetizing any of it. The time gambit. Max's new pitch: time is the most valuable gift, let's sell it." He wanted us to patent a unit of time called the moment, a 90-second micro-event you could purchase, customize, and gift to others through our new immersive platform Holo Holiday, a digital sleigh ride through your childhood memories, an AI-generated love letter read to you by a gentle snowman, a 90-second zoom with a synthetic, emotionally intelligent Santa, $29.99 per moment, limited edition golden moments for $99. I tried to stop him, then the UN Office of Global Cultural Traditions emailed the summons. We were invited to a closed-door summit in Geneva to answer for what the official letter called unilateral Western holiday agglomeration and symbolic encroachment. We were pissing off every other holiday on Earth, and rightly so apparently. Max had greenlit a holiday world tour ad that featured Santa breakdancing on a menorah, Cupid firing arrows at a pinata, and the Lunar New Year dragon being ridden like a horse. The summit, the director of Equinox Harmony, a woman representing Krampus, wearing head-to-toe black velvet and red contacts, an animatronic proxy for Pachamama, the Andean goddess of the earth. Max stood up, presented our numbers, smiled, and said the world doesn't want separate holidays, the world wants holiday infinity, one brand to rule them all. Krampus hissed audibly, enter Krampus. After the summit, Krampus's rep requested a meeting. We met in a Zurich cafe. She ordered a hot chocolate and said without blinking, Max is meddling in old magic, he's destabilizing the ritual economy. I'm sorry, the what you've hypercapitalized symbols of warmth, family, and atonement that creates metaphysical debt. Someone pays Krampus, you will the heist. 2 weeks later, our servers were hacked, all NFTs gone, Elfcoin tanked. Every moment corrupted. Max called me in the middle of the night, whispering they stole time. Clark, we're negative temporal. We owe the year 6 days. We had to invent a fake micro-holiday Gatmars just to justify the calendar extension. It was a made-up event where you wear pajamas and forgive your worst mistake of the year. Gatmars slapped. Everyone loved it. Krampus even tweeted a begrudging 7/10. Not bad. Present day, I now sit at the helm of the global holiday syndicate flanked by Max and Ilsa. Krampus, we're currently negotiating with Diwali for co-branding rights, beta testing Haunted Days, a summer campaign involving ghosts of future vacations, developing ChronoClaws, a Santa AI that helps you undo bad holiday decisions retroactively. Max has a new slogan: tradition is just nostalgia with good PR. I don't even fight it anymore. The real moral: there is no bottom, only jingle bells and power.